So there's some updates on the first Descendant right now. That actually was a translation error. The post on Twitter was, "We apologize for the confusion caused by the misinterpretation during the translation process of the original Korean text. There have been no reversals of the decision, and our initial statement remains that we do not intend to restrict the Valby run playstyle. However, as we mentioned, we aim to adjust the rewards efficiency at the Fortress Outpost to balance it with other regions. Once again, we apologize for any confusions in our communications. We will do our best to be clear as possible." So what that means is they're gonna bring it down, possibly. How they're gonna do that, we don't know. Because the only way they could I don't know, think they would nerf it was the spawn rate of the enemies. Because you're infinitely spawning enemies. So the only way you could nerf this is by capping the spawn rates to a certain amount of enemies. And then after that, they just stop spawning and you have to kill the boss. Other than that, they really can't do anything else. Because they've kind of handcuffed that outpost. They've handcuffed it to the point where now they have to either do something about the infinitely spawning enemies or just cap them. And that's what it looks like they're going to have to do. And if they do that, they're outright nerfing it. And so we would have to find other places to grind. There is other places to grind that they're probably not going to touch that you can go back to, because the ones they're really looking at is the Valby run. There's other places that you might have to go back to. And some of them are missions that are 5 minutes long. The Valby run's 2.5 minutes long, and you get the same amount for 5 minutes. And that's why everyone was doing it, because it was way quicker. So, back to the quote. Misinterpreted line, as is. "So we would like to inform you that we are preparing a patch without completely blocking the Fortress Outpost issue, and to keep allowing the players to enjoy playing like before. However, at the same time, we will update the other farming locations to match the efficiency equivalent to the Fortress Outposts." So I don't know how outposts work and other stuff like that is the only confusing part. Because the only way you could outright nerf is by stopping the spawn rates. And certain outposts, they've decided to have little mini boss fights in them, two phases, and that's the reason why people can farm certain outposts, is because you've made mini bosses in these outposts that makes it efficient, because you don't stop the spawn rate. And so yeah, you've just kind of messed up everything for certain outposts where you could just farm infinitely. And if you think this one's gonna stop them, people will find another one. Once this is patched or nerfed, people will just find another one that you guys haven't touched yet. Obviously, they're gonna have to look at every single outpost and be like, all right, just because this one's doing well, it's probably because other ones haven't been found yet or publicized. But this community will find it quickly. But yeah, there is still older farm spots. Now the other ones, it should be. So we would like to inform you that we're preparing a patch without completely blocking the Fortress Outpost issue. It's not an issue. And to keep allowing the players to enjoy playing like before. However, at the same time, we will update the Fortress Volga strategic outpost to match the efficiency of other farming locations. It just sounds depressing, because it's this game's already a grind, and honestly, I've turned my brain off. Usually, I've not hit 100 hours on a game this fast. I'm playing it solo. I don't my friends aren't playing this game. I'm playing this solo. I've been playing this solo since it came out. I've been. I have people on my friends list I probably party up with when I was farming up for Bunny, but right now I'm not even playing with anyone. I've just been playing solo for almost 120 hours, and so far, it's fine. If they do the thing about it is the game is hot right now, so they could play the field. But then once this game starts dying, it's because they stopped listening to the people, and that's the main issue that I could take away from some of this. You're nerfing things in a PvP where grinding is mandatory. This isn't a PvE. We're never gonna face one-on-one. It doesn't matter if our guns are so overpowered. Like the whole point of this is to be a stat stick. Is basically showing off how much damage one bullet can do, other stuff like that. And I think on top of that, I think that they should do something about the sniper and shotguns. And the rocket launcher is fine, yeah, like have limited ammo for that. But the sniper and shotguns should have like ammo for, because I'm pretty sure people want to run sniper builds and shotgun builds where you could just do like 100,000 damage, million damage with like certain characters that can buff up your DPS. I don't think they're going to touch that. Mostly the things they're going to touch is mostly like farming runs. I mean, they did touch up on some of the void farming runs, like they buffed it. But the only thing I really could see them doing, because like looking at how the farm works and how there's a mini boss inside of it that constantly spawns enemies, I don't know how they would be able to nerf that. I don't see how they could nerf it without just capping the spawns. And other than that, like I think we'll just see how it plays out when the patch comes out. But right now, I just don't see how they could just do anything to that outpost without. They can't take away the ball from the enemy, because that's the whole reason why the Valby run works. You take away the balls, then yeah, you're gonna kill the boss. But other than that, like every other mechanic, I think has that, where you have enemies infinitely spawning, not just that outpost. There's other places that have infinitely spawning enemies. So if you think this outpost is just gonna die, it probably will. Not like anytime soon, but there will be people looking for new locations. I hope you guys found this video informational about the new update or new patch that's coming out. Have a good rest of your morning, night, evening. I'm out. Follow me on Twitch. Peace, y'all.